Hello, it's your friend Double Bite. I just wanted to do a quick PAX Unplugged kind of retrospective. I was gonna, I'm actually recording this on my phone because I could have done it with my webcam, but I still haven't figured out a good, setup for that yet. And I always feel kind of awkward, the camera and the looking at it and stuff. Like, once I get it set up for streaming, that'll be less bad because I'm looking at the game, not the camera. But with my phone, it's like I'm taking a selfie, I'm gonna take selfies all the time. Anyway, moving along. Besides, I've been doing all the PAX things on the phone anyway. I just wanted to do a quick retrospective of what I thought of the event. The event was awesome. Just fucking great. Like, almost every other convention I've been to in the last 4 years, I have an anxiety attack and have to go home early. This I stayed through the whole thing. I was pretty drained by the end of it. But there were just so many good panels, so many panels about diversity and women. There was creating panels. There was workshops. It was just all so good. It was hectic and crowded, but it seemed overall running pretty smoothly. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I learned a little bit about myself incidentally through this, and kind of some of my perspectives on game design. So, perspective one. I don't like space, which is gonna. Sorry, Stipulation. You probably realize this way earlier than I did. Space thematically doesn't appeal to me. I look at a game and it's like planets, galaxies, spaceships, cargo, space battles, and it just washes over me. I bet a lot of people feel the same way about high fantasy, like dwarves, magic, elf, wizard. And it's yeah, but I don't know. I can see the differences between high fantasy things, and I just can't with space things. They just thematically just doesn't appeal to me as an aesthetic. I don't know what it is. Second thing I learned, I think conceptually, I don't like randomness affecting your interaction with other players. By that I mean, I don't like, say, you roll a die and you do that much damage to another player. I like randomness when it's individual. You draw a random hand of cards. From that random hand of cards, you can then make informed decisions. But I think conceptually, random PvP randomness just unsettles me on some level. Third, I noticed that most of my purchases were one-on-one games. I don't necessarily think this is a trend, and maybe it's just because most of my game playing experience lately has been with Stip, but I just really like two-player games. There's a level of design and focus that can go into that, and you can take long turns because you're not waiting on 5 other people. I think there's just a lot of fertile ground for two-player games. And I just don't have any intuition for party games. I love Mysterium. Mysterium's super great. And there's a lot of other good larger player games, but I don't have as much of an intuition of how to enjoy them. I have a far greater intuition for two-player games. Let's see. I noticed that, with my purchases, it's a lot harder for me to get games for myself than it is to games for other people. I backed the Brass Empire Kickstarter, but that was Brass Empire looked like Ascension, but more aggressive, or Star Realms, but less aggressive, with a couple of mechanics that I was literally going to house rule into Ascension. So I'm like, well, that looks awesome. I like the theme, and the Kickstarter, which is just got funded, is like a fucking legacy campaign in a deck builder. What? That's bonkers. I like to see interesting failures. So I don't think it's going to be a failure, but I like to see interesting concepts. Phoenix Tactics, I got to sit down and play it, and again, they thought of so many things that, I try to think about with game design. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if a game hits too close to home as far as things I'm interested in, I get way pickier, unless it gets either thinks really intelligently about it or does something different. And then I'm like, ooh, I've thought a lot about this thing, but you're doing this. And that excites me more than things that seem safe. Game where you play a character and you go into a dungeon. I don't care. No matter how cool you did it, and how much I'd probably enjoy it, I'm not going to pick that up because if there's 5 of you that I can't remember which is which, why am I going to play any of the 5? You know, there has to be some spark there for board games for me. I don't know. But yeah, but I'm also not that about the abstract either. Like, there's a couple of like really high concept, cool looking games that I was just like, whoa, this is neat. Lose interest. So I don't know. I feel like I need to broaden my horizons more. I need to figure out what kind of games I think I don't like and then try to play some more of those. And I also realized I just need to get out more. I know I said, but like literally everything in my life, but I need to go to more board game meetups, playtest meetups, go get over to Red Caps for LGBT night, you know? I miss board games. I miss them so much. And I think there's been a lot of changes over the last couple of years, and I've just lost that connection a little bit. And now it's like starting to come back. And, you know, a friend of mine moving to New York from the South really helped that. But this weekend was like, yes, you love board games. Don't forget this. Don't lose track of that. Yeah. Might be holding board game nights soon, so I'm going to try to get my brain together to organize that. Because I'm great at organizing things and having a regular schedule of things. Anyway, so yeah, PAX Unplugged was great, and I've just got so many things I want to think about and work on and make videos about. I'll have great game design ideas. And, yeah, so I just want to do that little quick retrospective. Hope you all enjoyed my like random semi-live updates from the weekend. That was fun to do. And we're going to be returning to your regularly scheduled mediocre game content shortly. So, until then, double bite out.